Hello, my name's Valora, and welcome to my space where I like to peel back the layers of what we think we know and maybe question what we wish we didn't. Now, today I want to talk about something that's recently been on my mind. It's this quiet war between comfort and clarity. We've all heard the phrase, ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power. Sounds very poetic and maybe a little overused, but don't let the simplicity fool you. This is a crossroad we face every day in tiny decisions and massive life shifts. Let's spend a few minutes with that tension. Let's get a little uncomfortable. Now, ignorance is bliss. We say it with a shrug, a smile, maybe a sip of wine when we really don't want to dig deeper. But what is that really saying? It means not knowing feels good, feels safe and peaceful, like when a child laughs unaware of the chaos within the world, or when you're in love and blind to the red flags. There's comfort in not asking the hard questions, because once you know, you can't unknow. And sometimes that illusion is warm, it's soft, it's easier than the cold sharpness of truth. But the thing is, bliss based on ignorance is fragile. It's a house of cards, and life has a way of blowing hard. Now, knowledge is power. That phrase doesn't hug you. It doesn't promise peace, but it does give you something a little stronger. Control. When you know you can act and choose, you can fight back. Knowledge might sting at first, like finding out a friend betrayed you or realize you've been lied to, but once you have the truth, you're no longer trapped. You're awake. You don't get manipulated when you know the rules. You don't repeat those cycles when you understand the pattern. Knowledge may not bring you bliss, but it brings something better: freedom. In a world that tries to confuse you, distract, and numb us, freedom is absolute power. Here's where things get a little messy, because both of these things, bliss and power, they pull at us in opposite directions. We want to be happy, but we also want to be safe. We want peace, but we crave control. And the truth is, knowing things often steals the simplicity of happiness. But ask yourself, would you rather feel good in a lie or feel strong in truth? Would you rather live in fantasy or grow in reality? There's no shame in wanting comfort, but comfort without truth is a cage made of velvet, pretty until you realize the door is locked. Now, personally, this topic does hit a little close for me because just recently I was struggling with the detrimental weight of knowledge. I got tired of turning on the news and knowing what was happening. I got tired of knowing what other people were doing and how gloomy the world can be. So I started to become ignorant. I started to live in a place where I no longer let myself learn. I wasn't allowed to grow anymore. I made sure that I didn't have space to see the sun. After a while, it did get depressing. I got depressed. I wanted to cry. I felt like I was lacking because truly that isn't who I am. And once I realized it was because I was limiting myself and allowing ignorance to take over me, it was a lot. So I had to make a change. Now, as much as I love knowledge, it can be a weight. It can be a ton of bricks. It can be a giant elephant. It can be the worst nightmare. But you can always control it. You have the power. Once I figured out that I can control where my knowledge takes me, it changed everything for me. It made me feel powerful in my own skin without having to fake confidence or fake ignorance. Now, for you, on the other side of the fence, you might have had a relationship where you felt something was off, but you didn't want to dig. You didn't want to confirm what your gut already knew, so you stayed until the truth exploded in your face. That is ignorance. It was protecting you until it doesn't. Now, or health. How many people avoid the doctor because they don't want bad news? But early knowledge can save a life and save heartbreak. Bliss delays, knowledge prepares. In conclusion, do you want peace or do you want power? Because yes, ignorance is absolute bliss and it lets you sleep. But knowledge wakes you up. It puts the steering wheel in your hands. And even if the road is rough, in my opinion, it's worth it. Now, thank you for spending this moment with me. I hope you leave with something to sit with, maybe even something to change within yourself. My name, again, is Valora. I'll see you next time. Stay curious, stay conscious, and never be afraid of what you find.